Leo Delaney commits to Clemson. This 2026 recruiting class just got crazier. They're ranked number 4 overall by 24/7 Sports. Go check it out. And this guy, believe it or not, is the highest rated recruit we have so far in that incredible class. When we dive into why he came to Clemson, yes, he talked about culture. Yes, he talked about people being happy. That's great. That's wonderful. But he talked about Matt Luke. So thank you, Matt Luke. We'll dive into that in a second. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm Brian. I like to talk about Clemson football. I like to talk about college football. And, we're inside of 3 months until that big game, season kickoff game against LSU in the Valley, August the 30th at 7:30. I said a bunch of times. That's one of the things I try not to do. But y'all, I'm telling you, I'm only human. If you like hanging out, talking college football, arguing about it, so, have a little fun, just keeping it civil and stuff, I hope you'll subscribe. It is free. So yesterday, the news came out that this guy, Leo Delaney, committed to Clemson over Penn State and Michigan. This guy's a big dude, 6'6", around 300 pounds, 290, somewhere in there. And he is the highest rated recruit that Clemson has at this moment for the 2026 recruiting class. This class in itself is the best one that we've had in years. And then this guy commits. So let's dive into him. We're going to talk about Matt Luke. We're going to talk about the overall recruiting for this team. But as I said, he's around 6'6", 290 pounds. He joins offensive line, 4-star offensive line commits Braden Williams, Adam Guthrie, Grant Wise, and Chance Barclay. And according to people in the Clemson community, this very well could be the best offensive line recruiting class in Clemson football history. Not just under Dabo, history. And that's exactly what we need right now. Let's talk about some of the things that Leo Delaney said, comments he made. Now, he talked about the culture. I'm not going to talk about all of that. A lot of people talks about coming to Clemson. Man, I had a really good time. Everyone seems happy. But there's been some guys that came and said that. They were like, man, we really liked Coach Swinney. We really liked the players. We really liked the community. It's a pretty area. But they ended up signing elsewhere. I mean, this guy's a coveted recruit. What did he talk about? He talked about Matt Luke. Here's his comments. Quote, he's a dude. He's an incredible coach. He's been proven through his development. He always says he didn't like to brag, and then he'd throw up charts of how much he's done. The guys he's coached, this is key right here, how much they've made, and it's insane. He's developed so many offensive linemen to go do great things. I'm pumped to get on that field and to just get around that intensity and that passion. I could end the video there. We one mouth and 60 thoughts to try to get out. It's the obstacle of my life. Bringing in incredible coaches, gurus, people who truly know what they're doing. Sure, they can develop 3-star players when you can't recruit well. For whatever reason, that may be gurus and true geniuses, experts in their field. They can develop. But riddle me this, Batman. What happens when a guy like Leo Delaney, he needs to be developed, but he's already head and shoulders above other guys, comes in and says, I want to be coached by that guy. The sky's the limit. That is incredible news for us Clemson football fans. For the near future and the future. And This guy is joining a group of guys I mentioned earlier. So that means that Clemson's offensive line, especially with Matt Luke there, we saw the improvement he made in 2024. I mean, you can't overlook that. And the game is won in the trenches. And Clemson has not had trenches in quite a while on their offensive line side. And even last year with the talent they had on the defensive side, we know that got fixed when they brought in Tom Allen. Because Tom Allen's going to demand a lot out of that side, and he's going to demand a lot out of the coaches. But on the offensive line side, this spells success for Clemson. This opens up the playbook. This gives the running backs, young and tenured, a chance down the road. This gives Clemson more of an ability to recruit in a really good quarterback and say, hey, man, we have your protection. We have the running backs. We have the wide receivers. Son, do you want to make NIL money or you want to make NFL money? The NIL money is good. The NFL money is outrageous. Leo Delaney says that here. Go back to his quote here. He'd always say he didn't like to brag, talking about Matt Luke. And then he'd throw up charts on how much he's done. I like that. Put a visual in front of him. Stop talking. Put a visual in front of him. I don't want to do that here in just a second with Clemson's recruiting class for 2026. I'm not going to brag. I'm just going to throw up a chart of all the guys I've coached. How many of them went to the NFL? How many of them did this and did that? How much money they make? I don't know if how much money they make is on that chart. I don't know. Maybe it is. I think that would be very powerful. You want to come work with me, a guy who's did all of this, coached all this, or you want to go to a school who's going to give you just enough money for an Instagram girlfriend to siphon all of it, and then she's on to her next victim? Come on, kid. You're smart. And he says this, the guys he's coached, how much they've made. Money, money, money. Yep. So, landing this guy is a big deal. Now, I wanted to talk about the 2026 class as a whole, and I want you to see that this guy, I'm going to show this right now. And I'm just going to take me out of it. You don't need to see me. What a sight to behold. Look at this. Number 4 overall, right? Look at the rankings. He's the top-rated player that Clemson has received a recruit from for this class. Leo Delaney, right there, 94. Number 62 overall in the country, number 5 at position, number 5 at state. He's up there at Providence Day in Charlotte. Chancellor Barclay right below him. Of course, Kentavian Anderson just committed to us, the safety out of Dorman in the Spartanburg Roebuck area. Connor Salmon. Naeem Burrows. Got some really good names here, but look at that. Grant Wise out of pace. Offensive line, go on down, not overlooking Sellers or Wilson, but Adam Guthrie, Braden Wims. I mean, this is a big deal, folks. This is a big deal. Why is this a big deal? Because Clemson's recruiting has not been that great for a while now. Really, you would have some players like Wesco and more that would join the team. You would have players like Sammy Brown. But overall, the complete and total package was not there. We also saw this period where we really didn't see offensive linemen that were just amazing. You would have one or two here, but I'm telling you, it's hard to build a consistent offensive line with one or two here and there. You know it, I know it, and everyone's sitting in the back not paying attention. Even they know it. To have this type of recruit commit to Clemson on top of all of the other recruits who's already committed to Clemson within the offensive line and then at other positions, it says maybe, just maybe, the Dabo Swinney that I have been begging for him to come back. The guy who got 2 national championships, 6 consecutive playoff appearances, multiple 10-win seasons. I said if that guy ever just started fixing some of the coaches, not all of them, it'd be nice if he did, because notice what one guru did. Bringing in these recruits, guys, they're like, I want to work with an expert. Have you ever worked with an expert when it comes to a specific situation, to a specific subject? Have you ever worked with someone who was like truly a genius at it? Oh, it's different. They can make the subpar above average. They can make the average incredible. I've seen it in so many different areas of life. It is laughable. Clemson, South Carolina can have a football team with coaches full of Matt Lukes. Why? Because they're Clemson. And if you think they can't get them, it's either because you're on the outside looking in and you just don't like Clemson, or you're someone who's on the inside who's trying to make excuses why, well, they didn't have them in the first place. I believe that Clemson is a beautiful enough place. It's a worthwhile school. It is a worthwhile family of fans and traditions to have Matt Lukes everywhere. And I'm telling you, we should continue to push for more and more Matt Lukes, for more and more Tom Allens, because can you imagine the recruits that could be pulled in, and then the development of those players? Just go ahead and clear out spaces in Death Valley. They'll have to build other walls to hold the national championships. Take that to the bank. I'm glad to see Dabo he made the right moves here. He made the right moves here, and I hope he'll continue to make the right moves. Get to the comments section really, really, really quick. Will Manlove from Florida. Matt Luke made an immediate impact on the lines. Good to see you, my man. Carter Scruggs next. Matt Luke is on a tear. Yes, sir. He sure is, and that's what's supposed to happen. Coaches can be competitive at every realm by just simply throwing up or being ultimately competitive. And how do you do that? Just throw up the results. Who you've worked with, what they're doing, how much money they've made. Speaks. Boom, another one. Dabo saw shortcomings and made corrections. Yes, David Wood. Yes, he did. Come on August 31st. Think you mean August 30th? But you know what I mean, Joe Hughes. Best projected offensive line in a while, 12 years since Providence Day players. Really? I did not know that. Since we recruited basketball players, tight end, does that mean our depth is not that strong? No, we have a lot of depth at tight end, believe it or not. A lot of people's forgetting about Bettencourt and what a great recruit or incredible recruit he is. But I think bringing in Shefflin was something Dabo just wanted to do. And Shefflin's a good athlete. He's big, too. I mean, 6'8". Good grief. So, I mean, our depth. I get what you're saying. All right, folks. The recruiting is looking fantastic. Let me know, what do you think? What do we need? What do you think changed? Are there some changes you would like to continue to see? Listen, you're not a bad person if you look and say, hey, I have some questions with some coaches, some position coaches here and there, that if we got another Matt Luke in there, the team may explode. You're not a bad person for wanting that, okay? Don't have anyone, I'm not even going to put up with someone trying to make you feel bad about that. You're not demanding or anything. Remember, expectation is a compliment. And if no one expects you to perform at excellence, it's because they think you're a loser. Take that to the bank. Y'all take care of yourself. Hope you'll subscribe. It's free. Pass it along to your friends. That's the way the channel grows. I do appreciate it. As always, go Tigers.